Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. So let's cover Ultimo. I brought this on the channel a couple of years ago and they're still around. No issues, still running. And in fact, this is one of the rare offshore bank cards that you can use to off-ramp crypto. There are some pros and cons to it. I'm gonna give you a breakdown of the platform so that you can see if this is the thing for you or not. Its standout feature, it's mostly the fact that it is in fact an offshore bank and you can use crypto to load their Visa card and spend IRL. As simple as that. There's a few other perks from using the platform, some benefits, some things that might not be as good depending on what you're looking for. We are going to cover all of that. Okay, let's get started with a list of its pros and cons. I'm gonna comment on it and then we'll move over to showing you how the dashboard looks like and how to operate with it. So up front, one of the biggest cons, I would say, or the big one, is the pricing. The upfront cost of $600 to issue the card. But it's worth mentioning you can also pay for it with crypto. So you can register on Ultimo for free, you send crypto to your account, and then use crypto to issue the card. From those $600 that you pay, you'll see that effectively you only pay $450 for issuing the card and having your paperwork done for you and become a client of that offshore bank. And you see that your card will be automatically loaded when you issue it with $150. So you see the $150 opening deposit will be added to your bank account balance. Then another con is the fees that you are going to pay if you are swapping crypto, and necessarily you do need to swap crypto to fiat in your Ultimo wallet to load your card, because the card must be loaded with dollars, and the fees are not that small. They're going to be something that you cannot avoid by using Ultimo. Let me show you really quick what I mean. So you see here, this is my dashboard. It shows all the crypto holdings. All of these are supported here on the left side, but then there's US dollars. So if you deposit crypto, if you send Bitcoin for this wallet, for example, you then need to sell it for dollars, because let me show you. If you click the menu icon, then shows you load to card. This is the last step that you need to do to off-ramp crypto. Once your card is loaded, it's no longer crypto, it's fiat. But before, you do need to have some, for example, Bitcoin or some other crypto which is supported, which you need to sell for US dollars, right? As you can see, there's no load card option here with whatever crypto you might select. So this means that although there's actually no loading fees, technically you do still pay a fee, because if you're not loading the card with fiat with US dollars, you cannot load it, and you will pay a fee when you are swapping crypto for dollars, for that fiat that you need to load the card. Okay, another of the cons is that on your Ultimo wallet you can hold any of this crypto and there's no limits, but this will work just like any centralized exchange. Ultimately, it's not your crypto because you don't have the keys for any of these wallets. And this is also going to be one con. If you want to withdraw your crypto from your account, you are going to pay expensive fees. You see, there's a minimum. This will depend on the crypto that you're using or trying to withdraw. And there's not only a minimum, but also a withdrawal fee. Effectively, the Ultimo wallet works just like a centralized exchange, like I said. Ultimately, it's not your keys, but it is a necessary step in order to sell your crypto for dollars, which then you will use to load the card. And there's also going to be an annual maintenance cost of $80 for the Ultimo card. Okay, so those are all the cons. Now let's look at the pros. Of course, the biggest pro, like we already covered, is having an offshore bank account. Then there's also no loading limits for the card. You can load it with whatever amount you want. But although there are no load fees whenever you are using the card for online payments, for withdrawing from an ATM, you are going to pay 0.75% in every transaction. Okay, so have that in mind. But at the same time, Ultimo Pay cards have no spending limit. As long as you have enough preloaded in the card, you are going to have no issues while spending. Also, a big pro is that you can get actually loans, crypto loans, with no bureaucracy. You just need to deposit some Bitcoin. That's going to be the necessary currency for you to take loans. When using loans, you will use BTC as collateral and you will borrow USDT from Ultimo. The minimum loan is $500 and there's no max limit. Again, guys, this has nothing to do with credit checks, because crypto loans don't work like that. They are loans against your own holdings, against your collateral. And your collateral in this case is Bitcoin. Okay, now that we went over pros and cons, let me just give you a walkthrough of the dashboard. Essentially, you send crypto and you can see here the supported assets. These are all native assets: Polkadot, Chainlink, Cardano, Dogecoin, AVAX, Ripple, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, USDC, Tether, Solana, Bitcoin, and there's also fiat dollars, of course. You can send crypto to any of these addresses, so whatever of these tokens that are supported, you can send it here. They will have their own wallet. For example, if you want to load it with Bitcoin, you gotta use the Bitcoin native network. The same thing for Solana and so on and so forth for all of the other cryptocurrencies that are supported. So let me go here on wallet and you see there's those same assets shown here on the side. Once you send the funds to these wallets, let's go with Solana. If I want to deposit Solana, it will show up. So here we go. I can manage Solana deposits from here on. I can also withdraw Solana, but you see that Ultimo already gives me this wallet address. I send Solana to this address. It will then show up here on the dashboard. I will have to swap it for dollars and then click the menu button here to load the card. You do need, in fact, to swap whatever crypto you deposit for US dollars, which will then be used to load the card and spend IRL. Let me just point out, one thing is your Ultimo wallet and another is your card and the funds that you have in your card. They're two completely separate entities. Ultimo wallet allows you to hold crypto and fiat in the shape of US dollars, while your card, whatever funds you have on them, are the ones that are already deposited in your bank account and they are only holding funds in the shape of dollars. You can see that just here. Card available balance is always shown in dollars. That's essentially how the platform operates in a nutshell. So do understand there's a big difference between the Ultimo wallet and the card. You can send funds and store them in your wallet as you would with some centralized exchange, but then you do need to load those funds and send them from the wallet to the card in order to spend IRL. This is how everything works in this platform. If it does sound good to you, you'll have a referral link down below that you can use it to get your Ultimo card right away. It's going to take at least a couple of weeks since you issue the card and then they ship it and you'll get it at your place. And it's also probably going to depend on where you are in the world. If you scroll down, you will see that your card will have transaction history that you can check deposits, withdrawals, exchange whenever you swapped funds, whenever you loaded the card, or card activities. So whenever you're using the card for whatever spending you're doing, it's going to show up here. They also do have some support. You can get in touch with them with the support, although they also do have a Telegram group. It's best to use this support here. And then if you go here on the Ultimo Pay Cards tab, you will see that this is where you handle your cards in order to issue them, to load them. You can even install this JDB Bank application, which will give you on-the-go option to lock or unlock your debit card yourself at any time. For example, if you lose the card, you gotta use this in order to freeze it. You lock it, so you make sure nothing shady is happening. And they even state here, for max security, we recommend leaving the card locked whenever you're not actively using it and unlocking it only for the moments you need to pay or withdraw cash. This habit helps prevent unauthorized transactions. And it's an application both available for Google and Apple devices. It shows up here how to register your account, how to set it up and get it rolling. And that's pretty much all about it, guys. Ultimo, it's a very convenient and easy to use. The biggest con, like I said, is definitely the fees that you are going to pay by using the platform, especially when you are just swapping crypto. You are going to pay high fees overall with the platform. This platform has been operating for over 2 years now. No issues, but basically these are the pros and cons. If you want something that gives you access to an offshore bank account and that is somewhat friendly by allowing you to have crypto and fiat at the same time, Ultimo does the job, yeah, and it does work flawlessly. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I cover multiple of these off-ramping platforms, so I do know a thing or two about those, and I might direct you toward the best option for your own goals. That being said, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you for watching. Take care. Keep exploring crypto. I'll see you on the next one.